Federal government topple or professors image. Federal government topple or professors. Stakeholders urge government to prioritize restoration of polluted Ogoni land. On the foreign scene, Russia to expel UK diplomat accused of espionage. I'm Ifechukwu Muonyili with the news. Now we begin the news this afternoon with reactions to the federal government's plan to spend millions of dollars on an image-building deal abroad. The People's Democratic Party has criticized the federal government's $9 million deal with US-based lobbying firm DCI Group to improve Nigeria's image abroad. PDP's National Publicity Secretary Ini Ememobon calls the deal defective, deceptive, and shameful, saying it was unnecessary because Nigeria already has a Ministry of Information and Media Aids. According to U.S. records, Kaduna-based law firm Asta Legal hired DCI Group on behalf of National Security Advisor Nuhu Ribadu. The 6-month contract, which can be renewed for another 6 months, is meant to help the government communicate its actions to protect Nigerian Christian communities. The PDP questioned the deal's purpose and transparency, demanding explanation from the presidency, and says no foreign firm can improve Nigeria's image without real progress in governance and security. Moving on now. The Trade Union Congress has backed the ongoing strike by the Joint Health Sector Union, JOHISU, an affiliate of TUC, told its members to continue the industrial action that began on November 15, 2025, despite the federal government's no work, no pay directive. The decision follows an emergency virtual meeting of JOHISU's national leadership on Monday, January 12, after a 72-hour strike extension expired. In a statement on Wednesday, jointly signed by TUC President Festus Osifo and Secretary General N.A. Toro, the Congress condemns the Federal Ministry of Health and Social Welfare's circular enforcing salary stoppages through the Integrated Payroll and Personnel Information System effective January 2026. Meanwhile, there is renewed hope for stability in the university system. The Minister of Education, Tunji Alausa, says lecturers in the professorial cadre will now receive a 140,000 naira monthly top-up following a new agreement between the Academic Staff Union of Universities and the federal government. Alausa made this known on Wednesday during an interview on Channels Television. He explains that the federal government and ASU on Wednesday signed a landmark agreement that replaces the 2009 federal government and ASU agreement. The move is part of effort to stop the frequent strikes in Nigeria's public universities. Key parts of the new agreement include a 40% review of salaries for university teaching staff and the introduction of a professorial cadre. Well, Alausa says the president approved it only after confirming that funding is available. And now to politics here in Rivers State. The political advisor to Governor Siminalayi Fubara, Darlington Orji, says the recent visit by the Minister of the FCT, Nyesom Wike, to the 22 local government areas are meant to create political tension in the state and not a thank-you visit, as claimed. Speaking on Nigeria Info FM's Morning Crossfire, Orji says the governor and his supporters are focused on delivering their mandate and preparing for the next election.
You saw a situation where the Minister of FCT tore around 22 local governments in Rivers State. For him, he was saying thank you to those that voted for the directive he gave. And for us, we saw it as a deliberate ploy to overheat the polity of Rivers State. We should have been talking about governance and concentrating on the mandate given to us by Rivers people. And I wait when the INEC will roll out their timetable and people will begin to look at it, whether they're interested or not.
Orji also criticized the former factional chairman of the PDP in the state, Robinson Ewo, and asked him to disclose details of the meeting he claims to have had with Governor Siminalayi Fubara. He describes allegations by the Rivers State House of Assembly against the governor as false. Orji adds that there is no record of misconduct against Governor Fubara, saying the governor always chooses peace over violence.
Ewo has this kind of track record of always telling too much lies to the public. I was expecting him to not tell Rivers people the content of the agreement. since he couldn't get it from the governor and he has gone to the minister of FCT. He should have seen the content of the agreement in black and white. But because there is no such agreement that he can cite and quote to Rivers people, and he said that governor did not maintain the agreement, you can't build on nothing, especially on what you don't know.
Well, in the meantime, the spokesperson of the Emeka Bekele-led faction of the All Progressive Congress, APC in Rivers State, Darlington Wuju, has warned that the party's national leadership may discipline APC members in the Rivers State House of Assembly if they do not follow the party's directive on the impeachment process against Governor Siminalayi Fubara. Wuju said this in an interview with correspondent Suebi Oduwade while explaining why the APC national leadership has delayed making a public statement on the impeachment issue. He said amended sections of the APC constitution make it compulsory for genuine party members to respect and uphold the supremacy of the party on important matters such as impeachment.
To rein in its members and to subject them to disciplinary proceedings if they fail to respect party objectives and the directives of the party. To remind members of the Rivers State House of Assembly of the existence of provisions in our party constitution which give the party the powers to call them to order at every point in time, because the party will always be supreme.
Speaking further on the political situation in the state, Dagogo according to all the parties they had to let members to undermine or destabilize an APC-led government in any state cannot be regarded as a genuine party member. He adds that even though the APC national leadership is yet to issue a formal statement, practical steps are already being taken quietly to resolve the political crisis in Rivers State. Meanwhile, the chairman of the Allied People's Movement in Rivers State, Dagogo White, is denying claims that his party is part of any so-called rainbow coalition in the state. White made this clarification while speaking with journalists in Port Harcourt in response to comments attributed to the Minister of the FCT, Nyesom Wike, which suggest that all political parties are working for the re-election of the president.